So today's video is a bit of a process video with a tip in there. So stay tuned and I will share all that with you next. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Paige. I'm the Chief Pixel Pusher and paintbrusher here at Gumption. This process video kind of starts in the middle of this painting. Actually, the horse is almost done, but I thought it might be worthwhile to capture, and you might be interested in how you can use digital tools in your analog work. When my husband saw this painting, he said, you know, you need a background in there. And I said, oh, I really want to keep the wood, but it didn't quite look finished. It also didn't quite tell the story of the horse because it's winter and the horse has ice on it. It just didn't fit the background, so I knew I needed to do something different. I didn't want to do anything permanent yet, so I used digital tools to inform my finished piece. So I'm going to show you how I used Procreate to create those backgrounds so I knew which way to start. So first up, we have to open Procreate and I have to import this image into Procreate. So you're going to go to the top left and click on that little wrench and you're going to insert photo. So I have already added this photo of the horse into my iPad and I just created a layer. As you can see, it's on the bottom layer there all by itself. And I think there are easier ways to do this, but I just simplified it for myself. I created a box and filled it with black that is the same shape of my panel, lowered the opacity, and erased out the parts that would show the horse. You can also use what might be considered the wand tool up here and get a more accurate shape, cut out your shape, and then use your eraser to wild abandon. So as you can see, that's pretty easy to do to create the background. And as here you can see, I created a bunch of different backgrounds. So in order to paint the background here, I would duplicate a layer for my original erased image, and then I would go in and select Alpha Lock. This would allow me to paint just the shape of the background. So as you can see, I'll just show you a test here. Then I can just paint whatever color background that I want without drawing over the horse. And I had a few color schemes in mind for this image, so I tried a variety of them. And as you can see, I tried blue, I tried a snowy white scene, peach color. And this background was just like a light glaze, which I initially thought that I liked it the best. And then you can save it as a JPEG when you're done, so you can compare all your pictures. So I chose JPEG and then I save image to my iPad. And that is how I used Procreate to determine a background for my image. But that wasn't all. I put it to the test on Instagram, so I created an image with two separate images that had different backgrounds, put it up in my Instagram stories to see which background my fans preferred. The winter scene won out. It far outnumbered the dark night scene. And I feel like it was the strongest scene because it puts the horse in context. It's winter. You can see it's cloudy and the background sort of light colored, indicating snow, which goes along with the snow crystals that the horse has on its mane. To me, this worked out the best. And I did try while painting to do the glazed finished first, but it just didn't work for me. So as you can see, I quickly moved on to the winter scene. So I thought I'd give you a little information about what kind of paint I'm using here, the colors I'm using, and what kind of panel I'm using. So I'm using acrylic paint. I'm using two different kinds. I'm using golden open acrylics, which act a little bit more like oils and they stay wet a little bit longer. And I'm also using golden fluid acrylics to kind of balance each other out, as well as their special paint thinner for open acrylics. The colors I'm using are cobalt blue, Quinacridone burnt orange, and Quinacridone nickel azo gold. Mostly I'm trying to keep to this color palette. I might add a little black to make things darker or white to lighten things up or gray things out a little bit. What I really love is Quinacridone nickel azo gold mixed with a little bit of cobalt blue makes a really beautiful green. So that is the kind of paint that I'm using. I'm also painting on a Trickel panel, which I've really grown to love these panels. It's actually kind of why I've started painting in acrylic, because acrylic is kind of my Achilles heel, but I just love the idea of having wood panels instead of canvases to work on. And here's the end result. Winter Horse is complete. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you being here. If you liked this video and you got some value out of it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my work and you'd like to see some of my tutorials, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, happy painting.